Hey everybody, happy Valentine's Day to you and yours. Texas Redleg here, wanting to throw out a video today on the ever so apparent radical government as we continue down this path. And the reason for the video is just to express my opinion on what I think their intention is, and of course I'm not alone. Some of you may have a different opinion, and if you do, please mention it down below. I'm always interested in your comments and the feedback and the interaction. I think it's good and healthy for us to have a level-headed debate on what's really going on out there and where we think this is going. So my opinion on the whole infringement of rights and etc. is that we the people, they need us poor. And I remember I can't remember which history class it was, but there's a quote out there, and it goes something to the effect of absolute power corrupts absolutely. Now, excuse me for not researching that and giving more detail on it, but that's essentially the quote. Absolute power corrupts absolutely, which is what we're in currently with this new administration, House and Senate, and pretty scary times for me. And I wouldn't say scary in the sense of fear, but scary where it might lead us. And economically and financially, the power of the government is pretty severe when it comes to our normal way of life and earning money, saving money, and then of course having to pay taxes with that money. So in my opinion, this new administration, and really I don't even really want to just say it's the Dems. I think a lot of the people on the right feel the same way politically, the politicians in DC and elsewhere. But I think the left and the right, as far as politicians go, I think they need us to be poor and vulnerable. If we're poor and vulnerable, then we need help all the time, and we need somebody to be our provider. And so the government, they're in a position with the financial and economic power to determine winners and losers, unfortunately. And that's another reason to prep. Um, it's not always about crisis and civil war, EMPs, pandemics. It could be about just government intrusion and government constraints and restrictions and rationing. People need to understand rationing, because I really think that we're about to enter a phase where that's going to be the case. When I was stationed in Germany, we had a little thing called a ration card, and when you went to the commissary, or if you went to buy liquor or tobacco or coffee even, it was all tax free, and you could only buy so much of it per year. And so, because of the black market over there for American products was huge, because there was no taxes being paid to the government, so they only allowed you to buy so much per year. And I don't remember what the limits were, but every time you bought one, they would cross it out on your little card. It's probably all electronic now, but that's what it was. And we were only allowed to buy so much per year, and that was supposed to try to limit the black market activity over there as far as liquor, tobacco, and coffee went, those types of things. So I could see some of that creeping in here down the road. Again, this food crisis that you keep hearing about, I keep hearing about, plus this transportation crisis, this strike that seems to be rearing its ugly head again. That could be a real factor. And of course, you've got the political revenge and retribution aspect, of them needing us to, or demanding that we bend the knee, or else, or we're treated as an enemy and punished. And they will punish in many different ways. I talked about it yesterday. There's, the weaponization of the IRS and the other federal investigative agencies against the people. There's all kinds of things that they can do to inflict pain and punishment on we the people, to get us right and get us back in line, so to speak. But again, it's one of the reasons that I prep, and I'm sure that you do too. So we don't have to rely on the government for things, and we don't need to be, poor. We just need to be free, and those of us that have prepared will have a likely chance of succeeding in that. And I hope you do too, and I hope you take it serious. But anyway, yeah, we're getting some snow here in the North Texas area. Supposed to get more. We got a little dusting, I would call it, maybe an inch to 2 inches overnight. It's really dry, so it's just kind of blowing around. It's not really sticking to anything. It's more of like just a white powder, and there's supposed to be a lot more coming tonight, and then I think in the morning as well, and then I think Tuesday another storm comes in. So anyway, I hope everybody is staying warm and staying safe, trying to stay off the roads as much as possible. And please let me know how things are in your area. I'm in the North Texas area, and everything is so far so good on power in my area. I haven't heard of anything. I'm sure there's some outages, but if it starts to ice and starts sticking to power lines and trees, that's a whole other ball game. But please keep prepping, y'all. It's a real deal. The financial crisis eventually. Pinball Prepper put out a really good video on this yesterday or the day before. I can't remember, but just talking about the strength of the dollar and our economic situation and what the plan probably is on the government side and the world power side. So I encourage everybody to go over to Pinball Preparedness and check him out and look at some of his videos on economics, so you can sort of be in tune of what's happening, what's to come. But anyway, y'all stay safe, keep prepping, stack it deep, and long live the Republic.